Welcome back to the one and only Ozarks Live. It's time to talk movies. Who better to do that than our very own Kurt, the film guy. So, Kurt, what are we talking about today?
You know, I don't know about 12 foot tall, but I got a tall list of movies today. It's the first foreign language film to ever win the Best Picture Oscar and the first Korean film to ever be nominated. New on Hulu, it's Parasite. The amazingly creative film of a family that slowly sets themselves up to be employed by an upper-class family. The son and daughter as tutors, and later mom and dad as the housekeepers, and housekeeper and driver. Of course, their believed ingenious plan is thwarted by a visit from the former housekeeper, who has a secret of her own that she's had a little bit longer than them.
So, what do you think? Overall, did it deserve the Oscar?
I think so, definitely. I think it was one of those movies, there's so much symbolism to this movie. There's such a great storyline of class system there that discusses, you know, just the imagery of the one family lives on the top of the hill, the other lives on the bottom of the hill. And it's just so many symbolisms of different things that show, you know, the desire to be wealthy and how far you'll go to do it.
Yeah, it does have subtitles, so be ready for that. You might not want to watch it on your phone. You might want to stream it on a bigger screen. I loved Parasite. I did see it on the big screen. Loved it. So what else, Kurt, is out there to stream?
Well, there's some great gems right now. You may know about a few of them. Netflix and Amazon are coming out, are out right now. On Netflix, there's The Dirty Dozen. Lee Marvin, Ernest Borgnine, Charles Bronson, Jim Brown, John Cassavetes, and Donald Sutherland, just to name a few. A great, great story about the anti-heroes that are kind of forced into being this military group. Very similar to the Suicide Squad, if you really like the Suicide Squad. It's kind of a Western, kind of a military version of that, not Western. Also, number 2, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, another amazing Oscar-winning film directed by Ang Lee, the master that is Ang Lee. Won 4 Oscars, Best Music, Cinematography, Art Direction, and it was the first film from Taiwan to ever win the Best Foreign Language Film. Number 3, this is one of those you might not expect to see. It's called To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. If you can recognize these people, that's Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, and John Leguizamo. This is Patrick's one of his last big movies, and it's this beautiful story. They are drag queens that are going across country to Los Angeles to do a drag queen competition, and they break down in the middle of USA, middle of America, USA, and they'd wind up falling in love with this town and helping them to go through these struggles that they go through. It's a fun, fun movie, even though you might not think it actually is a really great family film. Okay, now on Amazon Prime, Stalag 17 and The Great Escape, 2 amazing movies about World War II. Both have that storyline of soldiers stuck in prison called Stalag camps, that's what they were called. And the Stalag 17 is directed by Billy Wilder, huge cast led by William Holden. And The Great Escape was directed by John Sturges. Another big cast, Steve McQueen, James Gardner, Richard Attenborough. I personally enjoyed Donald Pleasance's role. You know, you might recognize that name. He was later the Doctor in the Halloween films. So it's an amazing bunch of movies, so beautiful, and it's a good little story, and they both have that same premise of soldiers do everything they can to break out of prison. So that's kind of the premise that we go through. So both wonderful movies. Finally, one of my favorite childhood movies, The Corchester. That is Danny Kaye right there, you know, White Christmas with Bing Crosby, and he is just hilarious in this film. This is kind of a Robin Hood type storyline. If the fool of the area decides to join Robin Hood's clan. Also with Angela Lansbury and Glennis Johns, who you might recognize as the mother from Mary Poppins. Beautiful, beautiful little story, really fun to watch. Mildred Natwick is one of those great character actresses of the 1940s, 50s. She plays Angela Lansbury's handmaiden Griselda, and she has one of the best scenes of the whole film where she is trying to give Danny Kaye a pellet. You just look for the pellet with the poison scene. And so you may recognize that. She actually was nominated for Best Supporting Actress in 1968 for The Barefoot in the Park. So a lot of great movies out there that you can watch right now. And Back to you guys.
Never even heard of that last one. Have you seen
it's
it?
Court Jester?
The Court Jester.
Many times.
Yeah.
Oh, it is
Brand new to
terrific.
me.
You're right.
It's a musical, so just be aware of that. Some people might not like the musical, but it is a blast.
You know, with people stuck at home, I think they love seeing some of these movies, even if they've seen them before, that they're back and now you can watch them again. Yeah, there's a lot of those that are really not my thing.
Yeah. Great Escape is a tremendous movie.
Yeah.
Tremendous. Stalag 17 as well with William Holden. You put those together, you kind of mix them all up, and you get Hogan's Heroes is what you, that's where it came from.
Yeah, I get
the
it.
idea.
Okay, there's a lot I haven't seen out there, but I did really like Parasite. So if you get a chance, I'm just saying, I think you'll like it too.
Yeah,
It's a good movie for sure.
You betcha.
All right, thanks very much,
Thanks.
Kurt. We appreciate it.
All right, coming up, they've never been open to the public before, but they are now at the perfect time.
Yep, I get to talk with Gold Crown Foods. That's coming up next.